Okay, good morning. Let me see if the YouTube is working well. Hmm. Hello. Okay, good. I think it's working well. Let me turn on the Instagram. Let me set it up. Okay, hopefully it's set up. Good morning. Good morning. Wow. End of the April. April 29th, Thursday morning in Korea. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for joining our live streaming. 안녕하세요. This is Eddy from Hanguk. Good morning. 안녕하세요. 목요일 아침입니다. 4월 29일 8시, 아침 8시. Good morning. So, as I have done last time, we are streaming and on like Instagram and YouTube over there. So I will look at like different angles. So please to understand me. Good morning. This is Eddy from Hanguk. This is April 29th, Thursday morning. 네, 잘 지냈습니다. 시간이 너무 빨라요, 그렇죠? 벌써 4월 말이에요, 4월 말. 네, 안녕하세요, 영경님. You have a Korean name. Same as me. My Korean name is Yonghwan, but I do also have English name, Edward or Eddy. When I was in university student, my Canadian teacher actually kind of gave the name. So I since then I have been using that, I don't know, over 10 years. So here I am. Once again, thanks for joining to this live streaming. We are doing this like a Q&A. I try to do like bi-weekly or more often. So if you have any questions about the anything to study Korean in Korea, or like COVID situation in Korea, or how to live in Korea, those things. So feel free to ask any questions about those things, and then I will try to answer you right away. And before we did live streaming, before I did live streaming and only on YouTube, just because I want to show my PowerPoint, so that I didn't do much in IG, Instagram, but I try to do more often this like live streaming. So thank you for joining today, and then feel free to ask any questions about how to live and study in Korea. And Hannah, I'm going to be there in June. That's good. June is very soon. Pretty much end of the April now, so June would be very soon, very imminent. So I hope you did all the like paperwork. Of course, if you are going to study with us, then hopefully our coordinators help you well. Once again, I'm live streaming in Instagram and YouTube over here. So please do understand me, not trying, stare you. So please do understand me. Good morning from the YouTube. It's just Dre. Thanks for joining. Before I get any answers, any questions, let me start by giving you some updates from us. I have 3 things to say to you guys. There are also like amazing things, especially for some part of the world. Hello from Mexico. Okay. Let me see. Oh, that's good. That's very good. I'm glad to hear, from you guys that we help you to come to Korea. And then from the YouTube, Destiny, I'm studying with the Google Hanguk. Thank you so much. Next year, okay, good, very good. Next year is very soon. Actually, is less than 7 months. Time flies. Oh my God. Hello, Min Jung-guk. Hello, thanks for joining from YouTube. So the notice, Lisa map. Let me get back to you very soon. So first update from us is that we've got lots of like emails asking, of course, the study and live and study in Korea. Sorry for the delay. We try to answer you with the normal situation. We try to answer you like within 3 days, within 3 business days. But some people might be get late answers from us. But we will get back. We will get back to you shortly, and so please be patient with us. We will get back to you as soon as possible we can. So that's the first update actually. A second thing is that we are accepting currently still the, let's say for Dongguk University, we are still like accepting applications for the June term. So if you want to come in this June, then you need to contact us right now so that you can get the help from us. I believe we have like 10-15 days left for the Dongguk University's June applications. So if you are interested in coming this June, especially for Dongguk University, then please contact us right now. You need to contact us right now. The application deadline means you need to provide all the documents to us, as well as you need to pay the tuition to the school. So it's not, you don't really have luxurious time. So contact us right now, get help, prepare all the documents as soon as possible. Then you are able to come in this June. Okay. And then other than that, all other schools are accepting September term, starting from September, like Gyeongguk University, Hanyang University, Silla University in Busan. We are accepting applications for this September. So if you want to come this year, this September, then please contact us. Even for the September, it's not like luxurious time. So contact us right now so that we can help you for the applications. Okay, good. Okay. Lastly, and the mostly important thing, we are very happy to announce this one, especially personally as well. We are going, as you see our homepage, there are 3 language support: English, Spanish, and Italian. After, I don't know, we started our business 2016. At that time, we had lots of language support, and then we want to focus on the languages that we can help. So we stopped some languages. So for now, we have been helping. We have been helping people in English and Spanish and the Italian. And now, after the 4 or 5 years, we launch new language service for you, which is French. So from the early May, I cannot tell when exactly the date, But from the early May, French people can get help from us in French. So that's very new. We never like announced it before, but with this like live streaming on YouTube and the Instagram, I'm telling you that we are going to also support French language as well. So those who have been already contact us, don't worry about it. There would be smooth transition in between English and French to the French. So our coordinator Maxime will help you in French. So we always try to support you better. So this is the decision that we made. And then of course in the near future, hopefully we can get another language support. So that's very personally very meaningful to announce these like things to you guys through this live streaming. Good. So there will be another language service. We are thinking of, I don't know, maybe Swedish in the future or the other languages. So there will be there will be 4 language services to you. And of course like there would be like German support, Portuguese maybe in the future, but it's totally any decision hasn't been like made. But for now, French would be first new language support to you guys. So I'm very happy personally to announce it as well. Okay, from the YouTube, I believe Miriam is asking for the Spanish help, but for this live streaming we are doing English only, me speaking English, which is not perfect, but I will try to my best to answer you in English at least. So for now, no Spanish live streaming, sorry about it. Sorry Miriam. Okay, let me get the answers from the Lisa. If I want to go study there until next year, should I contact you now or should I wait? I asked for information, but I never replied because I felt it was way too early. No, not at all. First thing, like I said, we are still accepting like June term, September term of like accepting the applications or questions from you guys for this June or September still. Next year is very soon, and many things can be happen in between. So even the next year, 2022, which seems like far from now, but I want you to contact us now to get help. The more time, the better for you and us as well. So don't wait. Just like ask us, email us, contact us as soon as you can, and then you can plan for yourself. Okay, so Lisa, don't hesitate to contact us because it's too far. You think it's too far, but it's not. We have people who have been emailing, counseling with us like over a year, sometimes up to 2 years. That's very common. Somebody who came to us to Korea through us, like 2 years ago. And then he still like contact us to come like next year. So don't worry about it, the timing. Just like let us know so that we can support you. Okay, let me go. PAUPRZ16. I asked for Dongguk University information and for Namsan dormitory too, but I cannot access to the Namsan dormitory site. We have the kind of situation. I believe this is like a school. Sometimes the school's website doesn't work in some countries with, I don't know. It's kind of technical things, so I cannot tell why. But contact us, ask us, so that we can give you like brief information about the dormitory, Namsan dormitory. And then I also noticed that we have like offices in Japan as well. One of the staff over there cannot. Same to you, cannot access to the Namsan dormitory like a site. So I don't know why, but sometimes it happens. So please contact us so that we can answer you So the information of the Namsan University, no, Namsan dormitory from the Donggong University. Okay, okay, okay. Another questions, another things. Hannah, yes, the coordinator is helping a lot. I am going to go to at the going to be at Donggong University. That's good to hear. And then, like I said, these days we have lots of emails from many people, so we might not be able to get back to you, which is like in 3 business days, but we will get back to you as soon as we can. So please be patient with us, and then we will definitely get back to you, hopefully soon. Okay. Okay. Good. Let me go to. Okay, another question from Hannah. Will anything change with the quarantine if we are fully vaccinated? I am sure I should still quarantine, but just curious. Actually, it's very it's too soon to tell you. You know, like I said before, when we do another live streaming before, there is no rules yet in Korea about the the vaccinated, those who for vaccinated people. We didn't have any rules at all for those like a situation, those people, for those people. But yesterday, actually, the government announced some news about the vaccinated people. But there still is the information is too soon to announce. But what they say is that if you get vaccination in Korea, doesn't matter your nationality, if you get vaccination in Korea, then the 14 days rule might be, I don't know, might be changed. But still, the information is too soon, and then the government say tomorrow, which is today they will announce more details. So hopefully, the announce includes those the people who get vaccine outside of the Korea. So we will keep checking, and then if there is like solid information, we will share with you. So it's very the information is just like announced yesterday, like a PM time, and then it says the more information coming in tomorrow, which is today. So let us have a look, and then we will get back to you with our social media or by the emails to you guys. So there will be many changes in between, but I believe at the end, hopefully soon, the government will have like a special rules for those who get vaccines, whether inside of Korea or outside of Korea. So let's stop for this moment. Let's stop there, and then when we know more, we will get back to you for sure. For the updates from the vaccines situation in Korea, our government, like I said, our government goal is to get vaccine for Korean until the November of this year. So hopefully we will get there. All the Korean people and the foreign people in Korea with the registration card, they will also get the vaccine without any cost, I believe. So our government goal among the Korean people, get vaccine fully by this November. And then currently we have reached 5% from the population, among the population. So that's the kind of updates about the vaccine situation in Korea. Okay, let's go another questions. Nothing from YouTube yet. XIMEN. With the students that apply for July, are there any restriction for entering to South Korea? We have, in terms of the long-term study, we have 4 terms basically in general. So when you go to university for studying Korean, there are 4 terms. So March, June, September, and December. So we are accepting like a June term currently, as well as September term. When you say July, it might be short-term staying. So restrictions for entering to South Korea, there is not really like stopping people coming outside of the Korea. Of course, it's gonna be like I said, depending on how long you are going to stay, which visa you have. But currently, we don't have any restriction, or Korea doesn't have any rules. People coming to Korea outside of Korea. So when you have when you have some like visa, based on your visa, based on your status in Korea, based on your purpose to visit Korea, there is different rules after arriving in Korea, but we don't really have any like rules which stop you coming to Korea. Of course, arriving in Korea, you need to do 14 days quarantine for now. 14 days quarantine, either in the government facility or on your like accommodation. Other than that, there is not really any kind of rules. Once again, stopping you coming to Korea from outside. Okay. Hola. Hola. Thank you for joining. Oh. Okay, from the Jennifer Lynn, number 8. Is the 14 days quarantine still required for fully vaccinated people so far? Yes. Like I said, maybe today we might be able to have like good news for those who get vaccine from outside of Korea still, including those people. But for now, Korea doesn't have any rules for those who get the vaccine. So Jennifer, not right now. However, like I said, we are keep checking and then let you know. Okay. Thanks for asking. Let me see. From the Yan, thank you for all the information and advice. No, don't worry about it. I'm very happy to tell you if I can answer your question. So thank you for saying that. And then of course we always try to give you the most up-to-date information as much as we can. So if there are any good news, any updates, any important things, then we are going to share in our Instagram and on other social media through our video or like a text, a post with many tools. So we will do our best to for you to have like all the most up-to-date information. Okay, good. Okay. Another question from the Lisa. Each term is 3 months, correct? Yes. So like I said, Korean language program in Korea has like 4 terms. Normally, 80%, 90% has like 4 terms in a year. So March, June, September, and December. So each term, we call it 3 months. Technically, it's 10 weeks, but we call it 3 months to understand easier. The 3 months. So each term had 3 months, yes. Technically 10 weeks, but we call it 3 months. So you are correct. From Hanna, thank you. I was wondering because I just got the first shot. That's good to hear, and getting my second one before I leave. I appreciate the help. Thank you so much. Okay. Prepare yourself. Being getting the vaccine, prepare yourself. That's very good. And then thanks for asking the questions. And then we are, like I said, we are trying to get back to you if there is any good news, any updates. Okay, once again, this is Eddy from the Thursday morning, April 29th from South Korea. It's 8:25. Oh my god, it's early morning. Thanks for joining. I don't know what time is in your country now, but it's good time to start a morning with the live streaming. I love doing live streaming with you guys, and of course, I cannot answer every questions from you, but I will do my best to do so. Another question from Carolina. Can you quarantine in the dormitory, or do you have to find a place to stay for those 14 days? It's gonna be depending on your visa or your status. Like I said from the live streaming from before, when I did the coronavirus updates and special entry to Korea. So let's say, to be simple, there's two types. If you are going to stay short term, which is less than 90 days to Korea, you wouldn't have any visa, or you might have like visitor visa. Then you have to stay in the government facility. The other way, if you are going to stay long term, which is like over 90 days, for us normally people come with a D4 visa, then you have to find your own accommodation. You cannot, in this case, you cannot stay in government facility. So based on your visa, there would be place you can stay. Good. And for those who doesn't know where to stay, then don't worry about it. We have also like a company that we are working with, so we can introduce the company to you for the accommodations for the long-term stay. So that's like a basic information, and then ask us based on your status. We can help you. Good. Another question from the Instagram from Only Taehyung. I hope this is right. Do you think it's possible to join the university in Korea and live in? Because I'm a bit afraid. It's hard to answer. It's hard to answer. But in general, I don't know what you're afraid of, but it's gonna be totally up to you if you wanna come, going to university or stay in Korea. Is totally up to you. But when it comes to the coronavirus situation, of course there are some of the restriction, less freedom, I would say. But I believe it's safe country in terms of the COVID situation, as well as in general. I would say safe country, and then you can email us tell us what you're afraid of. Based on then, we can get back to you. We can give you advice what to do, what not to do. So please contact us at info@gogohanguk.com so that we will get back to you with your concern or questions. Good. Okay. Once again, I'm live streaming in YouTube over the Instagram here. So I will try to stare, in between. So please don't understand me if I'm not like looking at you. Once again, this is live streaming, live Q&A for how to study Korean in Korea. So if you have any questions about it, or any other things like a quarantine or like a Korean studying, I don't know, anything, let me answer you. Actually, there are other questions from here. Another question from DK. If I take my level 2 topic exam, will it give me a higher chances of getting into Korean university? When it comes to first thing, so two things about the question. First thing, for us, we are introducing the Korean program from the university. So when it comes to Korean university, then so then the answer would be depends. Because when you go to Korean university, some universities ask you for a certain level of the TOEIC score or not. Some university has like an English program, then they might not be able to ask for the some TOEIC score. So we are not, we don't really have that information, but having the TOEIC scores for sure will give you advantage as well as for your life in Korea, life in Korea. So having more language skills give you more opportunity to go to university as well as possibly working in Korea. So having those skills is for sure beneficial. So keep studying and then reach the highest level, then for sure you will get the advantage. To give you what I know, if you have certain level such as like a level 4 TOEIC level, then I believe you are able to go to any kind of university, Korean university, in terms of the requirement. Okay, that would be my answer. Of course, keep checking, and then I believe you have some university that you want to go. Then checking the website, and then you will find the information for sure. Okay, another question from the YouTube. From the Ligi, is Spanish, I think. Okay, there's English one. Very good. If we study online through Gogo Hanguk, do we continue from there after going to Korea, or would we need to repeat the class in person also? Oh, that's very good question. So as you know, we have also like online class, which we made with the Hanyang University. So for example, if you finish the Hanyang University, then you will get the official Hanyang University course like for 10 weeks, then you will get the official certificate from there. So which means when you go to the university, you can skip the level 1. However, there will be test as well, the level test. The reason that for example, if you finish your course yesterday, then for sure you will have the skills to skip the level 1. However, of course, you need to study hard. However, let's say you studied our course, Hanyang University online course, 1 year ago, and then you stop studying. Then the skill might not be able to go to level 2 from the university. So the answer would be yes and no. But still there would be level test. So you need to study hard during our online course. After that, if you study hard, then you will be able to skip the level 1, very easily. Other than that, if you studied I don't know 3 months ago, 6 months ago, and then you stop studying, then you might be able to study one more time in level 1 in person. So that would be my answer. So if you studied hard and get the certificate, official certificate from our online course, then I strongly believe that you can start from level 2, even with the level test. Good. I hope I can answer you. I did answer you, Lizzie. Let me go through another question actually from the DK. Okay, here. What are average living expenses in Seoul? That's very good questions, and then most frequently asked questions. So first thing, we did live streaming about the cost of the living a couple of weeks ago. So have a look for that, so that there are all the information from the tuition, living cost, including like transportation, pretty much like the essential things. So you can check that out. What I can answer you right now is that, of course, it's gonna be depending on your spending habit in terms of the cost of the living. But when it comes to tuition, it's like set amount. So let me give you only the tuition information for now. For example, if you are going to study the Dongong University, let's say, then, like I said, there are 4 terms, and then in order to get a student visa from the university, you need to study 2 terms at least. So these two terms, in US dollar, it costs you about 3,000 US dollar. To be simple. So only the studying 6 months in the Korea, so you will cost 3,000 US dollar. And then other than that, there would be also like on the top of that, there is accommodation fee, food, transportation, telephone, all those things is gonna be depending on your like spending habit. You have to stay, what to eat, what to wear. So you can save up, up to your plan. I hope this answers you. Other than that, you can check out our previous live streaming, so that there would be more detailed information how much it would be for each sections. So thank you for asking that, Oni Taehyung, I think. Liji, thank you for your question, and I hope I can answer you well enough. It could be like very in between. It could be yes, it could be no, but there are some things that I can answer you like exactly. There's something that I can do. So like I said, keep studying. Keep improving your skills. Then you can even like level up more than like 1 level. So keep studying, keep improving your skills. Good. Thank you for asking, Luigi. Okay. Okay, another question from the Lisa. For the dorms, are they shared? I don't mind, but just curious. It's very depending on the schools. However, in general, it's like double room, so which means like 2 people staying in the 1 room. That's basic. Of course, some university has like private room, or some university has even for sharing with like 3 other people. Three other people. So including you, there would be 4 people. So which means the dormitory room is like big. So there are shared option or not, depending on the university. But in general, it's shared room with another person. So you and another person. And then, yeah, that would be my answer for the shared room. Another question from Hanna. Do Korean universities take community college credits for the full transfer? I apologize for all my questions. I have so many. Don't worry about it. Like I said, I can answer you some questions, some not. This would be very challenging as well. Once again, we are focusing, our service is focusing, introducing Korean program to you guys. So when it comes to college or university, I have very, very limited information. But for those things, what I can say is that you need to check the Korean university you wanna go. So you wanna go school A in Korea, then you need to ask them with your like paper saying that I have been studying here in Korea, here in your country, from your country, Hanna, and then the credit can be transferred to the university or to the college. So some university does that. However, depending on your major or depending on the class you took, might not be get credit from it. So you need to, especially for those questions, you need to ask the university, the Korean university directly. And then the university will say, in order to get credit, you need to do this and that, like apostille, getting apostille on the credit, transcript, or like a, I don't know, government check on it. So based on the university that you are interested in, you need to contact them and ask the staff directly. That would be my suggestion, my advice to you. Another question from the YouTube. Ho Kang. I don't know if this was asked, but I heard recently that people who are vaccinated do not need quarantine for 2 weeks in Korea. Does this only apply to domestic vaccinations? That's very, once again, like I said, I heard the news from the yesterday. So it's very, there are super limited information. So what the people say from the news is that when you get the vaccine in Korea, then the 2 weeks quarantine will be gone. I don't know how to say. But once again, more details information will come today. So hopefully our students, those who come from outside of Korea, can also get benefit out of it. So I'm afraid I cannot answer exactly to you, Kang or Kang, but I will check today and then let you know if there is any other update about it. I'm happy to see those like movement from our government, and I believe at some point, maybe in the middle of this year or I don't know, late of this year, not having those 14 days rules, in general. So that would be my answer for now. Once again, let me check today, and then I will let you know by our SNS. I hope I can answer you. Ho Kang Olgan. Okay. The questions from the YouTube, maybe. Let's go on. Let's move. 안녕하세요. Hey, Chantelé. Thanks for asking, Kang. Hi, Eddy. I don't know if this has already been answered, but because of the vaccine coming out, will we need to vaccinate it from before coming? Not a problem. If we do, hope you are doing well. Thank you for asking. Thank you for your question. So about the vaccine to come to Korea. For now, like I said, we have great news from yesterday. But for now, we don't really have any rules. Like for example, if you get, in order to come to Korea, you need to get vaccine. No, that's the first thing. You get the vaccine, then 14 days rule will be gone. No, not so far. But like I said, we will keep checking and then let you know if there is good news or some news. So that would be my answer. Once again, Korea has never stopped people coming to Korea from outside. Of course, some part, let's say Wuhan, before nobody can come to Korea. If the person comes from the Wuhan, that's kind of things. Other than that, there is very, very little limitation. Just about the coming to Korea. Of course, there will be some rules. Like I said, come to Korea with a PCR test from your country within 48 hours or 72 hours, and then after arriving in Korea, there will be like 14 days quarantine. During the quarantine, there will be 1 or 2 PCR tests in Korea. Those rules are still there, still here. But other than that, no rules for now about the vaccinated people outside of Korea or even in inside of Korea. Good. Okay. Okay. Another question from the Manon. I hope, in general, I hope I pronounce your name correctly. I will try to do my best, but otherwise, please do understand me. From the Manon. Hi, what level of Korean can we reach by taking a 1-year program as a beginner? Oh, that's very good question, but it's a little bit hard for me to answer because first thing what school does when it comes to new student, they do level test. And then the Korean university, the Korean course from the university, they normally have six levels, six levels. Of course, from the level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Normally level 1 is the very beginner, level 6 being the advanced, the most advanced one. Of course, some universities have 7-level system or different level system in between, but that's like in general information. So it's gonna be depending on where you start. If you start level 1, during the 1 year, you are able to reach until level 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. And then if you start from level 2, then you are able to reach level 5. So it's gonna be depending on the level you have currently, and then after the level test, you are able to level up each term. In the meantime, I've seen many people to stay same level 2 times or even 3 times. That might be happening as well. So another criteria would be how you study hard during your study. So 2 criteria for you, for me to answer your question. So 1 year you are able to level up 4 levels, but you need to study hard in between, which is not easy. I've heard many from the many people it's not easy. So you need to study hard. I'm not saying it's impossible. When we had an interview with one of the Italian students at the Hanguk University, she reached she leveled up every term. But she's saying she studied very hard. So same to you, Manon. You need to study hard in order to level up to 4 levels. Yep. And another question from the YouTube from Juan or Juan. I'm looking at the possibility of going in 2022. Good. To study as visiting program. That's very good. At Hanguk University, I have 2 concerns. Age is a limitation. 32 years old. Another question. As a visiting student at Hanguk University, I know that I have 20 credits to choose subject each semester, and that also attend the Korean class. The language classes are within 20 credits or apart from the credits. One concern to you is that the age doesn't matter. However, in order to study or in order to enter the visiting program, you need to be in the university student. So if you are studying university, then you can attend the visiting program. Without it, you cannot attend the visiting program. So let's start from there. Let's say you are now currently university student. Then you can also studying Korean during the visiting program. When it comes to visiting program, let me give you what the visiting program is. So we have like a special program with Hanguk University called the visiting program. A visiting program is very similar to exchange, university exchange program. Only 2 differences in between. So first thing, exchange program, normally they pay the tuition in your country, in your university, in your country. But the visiting program, you need to pay the tuition directly to the university, Hanguk University. That's the first differences. Oh, that's very good. Okay. Very good one. Then you are able to attend the visiting program. That's good, very good. Secondly, the differences in between exchange and visiting program. Secondly, your university in your country doesn't have to have like a sister kind of contract with Hanguk University. So that's the benefit. So with 2 benefits, during your stay, you are also studying Korean language program as well. the beauty of the visiting program. Let's say you study the Korean language program. Under the visiting program, you are able to get the credit. That's beauty of the program. Of course, once again, the credit, you need to check the your university if the program is also get credit from your university. So that's another step in between. But under the visiting program, you are able to join the regular Korean course, which is like an intensive Korean course, same as like same as our Korean classes, like 20 hours per week, 4 hours per day, Monday to Friday. That's possible. And also there is another option that you are taking the like 3 credit Korean program under the visiting program. So you can get you have 2 options: study hard for the Korean or casually studying. This one as well, you will get credit from the Hanyang University. 3 credit for the kind of one class, let's say one class, intensive class for 13 credits. So there would be 2 options in terms of the Korean program. And as you asked, on 20 credit, yes, you are able to per semester you are able to ask for or register up to 20 credits. So let's say, for example, if you are going to join the intensive Korean class under the visiting program, which is 13 credit, then you still have 7 credits. And the 7 credit, you can, join the classes that, whatever you want, regardless of your major. So that would be my answer for you, Juan or Juan. Thanks for asking. And then visiting program is somewhat very new, even for us. When we start the program with Hanyang University, it was quite very new. But it's very, for our understanding, is very interesting program, and then very good if you have thought about, studying university in Korea. And then you can, let's say for example, if you like it, you can even move to, let's say undergraduate after the like a 6 months studying or 1 year studying. So that's the thing. That's the beauty of the visiting program. And from the Gang, I applied to the Hanyang visiting program for upcoming fall term of 2021. As of now, are the classes online or some of the classes offline? Thank you again. That depends on the classes. And then depending on the situation, the class might be online and offline. I believe currently, I'm not sure exactly, but I would say still many or other, half of the program would be online. So it's for me, it's quite challenging for me to answer yours. But I would say like half and half. Class is in online and offline. That would be my answer. Sorry about it, Kang. Okay, other questions. Thank you for the advice. From the Lisa, if I go study for example, this summer, can I apply again this year later? Like it is possible to apply every year, so I can go every summer to study Korean. I don't know if it makes sense. Oh yes, that's possible. That's possible. But of course, so in terms of the visa, it's very challenging to give like exact information. But the D4, the language study visa, which we call it D4, once it's issued, it's like maximum up to 2 years. So let's say, for example, if you study, and then whenever I ask to the government officer, every time is slightly, the information is slightly different. But I will say yes to your like plan. So this summer you come studying 1 year or 6 months, and the next year come and study again 6 months, 1 year. That would be possible, but when it comes to over 2 years altogether, then it's gonna be based on the officer, the visa officer's decision. In general, let's say you keep studying Korean, I don't know, 3 or 4 years coming to Korea, then the officer might think that these students come too many times. Then the officer might not be able to give you the visa because they thought that you have another intention to just to stay in Korea. That might be my assumption. So when it comes to visa, it's gonna be very challenging for me to answer like exactly what will happen in the future. But I would say up to 2 years maximum, totally possible. So studying 6 months, studying 1 year each year, or I don't know, by yearly, that's totally possible. Okay, Lisa? Do you have just the summer programs? No. So what we do is that we introduce Korean classes from the university. So like I said, when it comes to Korean program, there are 4 terms in a year. It's March, June, September, and December. We are currently accepting June, some schools, and some schools for the September. So we are accepting application for 2 terms. But of course, like I said, the sooner the better. Let's say, for example, you have planned to come to Korea to 2022 summer or like fall. Still, I want you to still contact us to ask, the questions you have. Okay? Oh, hello, Madison. How are you? How is the weather in Texas? From the Manon, thank you. It really helped me. No problem. I'm very happy to hear you if the information is helpful. Another questions from the Lace Rodriguez. Do you have to be current college university student? So I don't want you to be mixed up the information. So I talk about the visiting program, which is like a little bit different from the general Korean programs. So when it comes to visiting program, if you want to attend, if you want to join the visiting program, then you have to be in the university. But when it comes to the Korean language program, totally different. The criteria, the requirement to attend the Korean programs, 2 things. First thing, you need to be over 18 years old. Second thing, you need to finish your high school in your country. So only 2 requirements in order to attend the Korean program. Of course, when it comes to private schools like Alexis Korea, then you don't really have any requirement, only your passion. That's only one requirement. Other than that, like I said, if you want to study, one of our universities, like Dongguk, Gyeongguk, Silla University, then only 2 requirements. You need to be over 18 years old. You need to finish your high school. Good. If you have any questions, please email us at info@gogohanguk.com. Good. Once again, this is Eddy from Gogo Hanguk, South Korea. Now it's almost 9 a.m. Very good. Time flies. Oh my god. Oh my god. End of April. Okay, once again, I'm doing live streaming in the Instagram and YouTube, so I go like back and forth looking at here and there. So please don't understand me. Another questions from the Lisa. What about if I go 3 months? Can I study with a passport? Thank you for answering all my questions. I have a lot. Don't worry about it. Once again, if you have more questions, the better for me to answer. But it will take time. So 3 months studying is kind of hard to answer because without coronavirus, many countries can come. People from many countries can come without any visa. So visa waiver. We used to have a lot of visa waiver countries, but when it comes to now with the corona situation, you should, of course, depending on your country, you should have like a visitor visa. So starting 3 months, there is no limitation. There is no limitation in terms of the getting the visa or studying how many terms. So depending on your country, you might be able to come to Korea even now with only passport, or if not, you need to have like a visitor visa in order to come and stay for 3 months. Let's say, for example, the good example would be, let's say for example, you are from America, then even currently you don't really need any kind of visa to enter. You can just come with a passport. But once again, visa is every time is different, so you need to do also research on your by yourself as well, because like I said, it could be different when you really come. For now, U.S. American people doesn't need any visa to come to Korea, so they can come a passport. But I don't know, within 3 months or within 6 months, it could be different. So with all the with all those information, coming to Korea with a visitor visa for 3 months and the studying in the university, then there would be no limitation. Like I said, the information that I gave you is that when you have a D4 visa, which is studying over 6 months. Okay. All right. Another question from the show TY1K. What if you want to be in both? Is that possible? Can you tell me what it means both? And then I will answer you. Okay, another question from Angela, I guess. Studying with the GKS scholarship, do I need a Korean visa? I believe so. But in terms of the scholarship, we don't really have information about GKS scholarship, GKS. So please checking the website, and it has much information. And then I believe that you have to have a visa for sure. What I understand that the scholarship make you study, I don't know, 6 months, 1 year. Then of course you should have visa. You have to have visa, proper visa, in order to join the program. Another question from Jose Arturo, I guess, from the YouTube. You need the vaccine for enter Korea? No. The answer is very simple. For now, no, you don't need a vaccine to enter the Korea for now. It's very simple actually. Okay, another question from, let me see if I miss another. From the Elena, thanks for asking. It's somewhat you. What are the differences between the study in Seoul and or Busan? I'd like to come study Korea in December, but I still, I cannot answer everything. December, but I still don't know how to decide in which city. I cannot answer the question. It's totally depending on your preference. Only information that I can give you, each city is kind of different. And also when it comes to studying Korean, or when it comes to staying in the Busan or Seoul, the people in the city is different, the environment is a little bit different. So it's totally, up to your decision. Sorry for not giving you what you are looking for, but I cannot answer it. It's totally up to your decision. And only thing that I can answer in terms of the information, the tuition fee is slightly different. So when it comes to tuition fee, Seoul is a little bit expensive, and Busan is a bit cheaper. So that's what I can tell you. And then it goes to the same when it comes to accommodation as well. So when you look for the accommodation on your own or dormitory, the Busan is slightly cheaper than Seoul. That's what I can tell. Other than that, the environment, the people, and the direct, the interesting and the very active direct from the Busan, which I love a lot. So those kind of differences is more like your preference. So thanks for asking, Elena, but it's totally up to your decision. Okay. Okay, always. I plan to do only 1 hour, but it's over 1 hour now. Currently, let me stay 10 minutes more because I like it. Okay, another question. Let's see. But I guess that I answered. Let me answer this question first from Cookie Chang. Hi, I'm wondering what the plans is for the Hanguk for online or offline classes. Currently, Hanguk University has both online and offline classes. Of course, when it comes to coronavirus situation, is if it is bad in the future, then all the class could be online. But currently, I think they also operating. They are also operating both, like online and offline. But of course, it's very hard to predict for the future. But it's gonna be based on the virus situation in Korea. But currently, what I can say is currently the Hanguk University has like both online and offline. And when you come and when you study, I cannot predict the future, so hard to say for now. Okay. From the Jose again from the YouTube. I can apply to another university if I'm studying Korean in a university. That's actually a very good question. So, same to Ella's question, I guess, right? So when it comes to studying one school, let's say for example, you are studying now university in Seoul. You are studying Korean in, let's say, school A in Seoul, and then somehow you don't like it, or you want to go to Busan. So the question would be, is it possible to change the schools in Korea? The answer is very simple, no. You need to stick to the university, the school A that you are studying now. So you cannot change the schools in between, within Korea. But of course, like I said, there is many information behind. But to be simple, there are always two exceptions. Let's say, for example, if you are studying Korean in University A, and then you want to go to degree, which is school B, then it's possible because you need to change your visa from the D4 language Korean language, and D2 university degree seeking courses. Then it's possible to change within Korea. That's first exemptions example. Second one, let's say for example, if you are studying school A without any visa, then next term or I don't know in between you can change to school B in Busan or the other city. That's possible. That's possible. Of course, then you need to have like a visa until the term ending in the school B. So Jose, to answer the question is yes and no based on the your plan or your decision, I would say. Good. Another question from the YouTube. Jennifer, hi, I'm going to study in Hanyang for September. That's good. However, I will stay in on Airbnb just for quarantine. Would there be any problem if I do it that way? No problem at all. But once again, like I said, in order to stay in the on your accommodation, let's say Airbnb, you should have like visa. So, like I said, in order to stay on your accommodation, you need to have visa, which is you need to stay long term, which is over 90 days. But for example, Jennifer, if you are going to study only one term in Hanyang University, which is less than 90 days, then you cannot stay in the Airbnb, but you need to stay in the government facility without any choice. So to be simple, staying one term less than 90 days without any visa in Korea, then government facility. Staying over 90 days with a visa, then you are able to stay in the Airbnb you want to. So it's gonna be depending on the visa you have. That would be my answer. Good, Jennifer Sanchez. Thank you for asking. Another question from the Peach Young Joes. Very good question. I love the question. If you want to extend your time there, do you have to pay again? Yes. So for example, extension in Korea is possible. For example, doesn't matter you are currently studying 3 months, 6 months without visa, 3 months without visa, 6 months with visa, no matter what. If you like the course, if you like living in Korea, then extending in Korea is possible. Extending in Korea is possible. And we can help for that as well, and school as well. School and we will help for your extension. Of course, extension means you need to pay the extension as well. 3 months, 6 months is totally up to your decision. But let's say, for example, if you are studying 6 months now, in order to extend your studying or your stay with a visa, then you need to study hard and you need to have a certain attendance rate currently. Normally, what schools ask for is attendance rate over 80%, or scores as well, like 80, let's say 80% to be simple, 80%. Scores, you need to have certain scores, certain like attendance rate, so that you can extend. It's not like I pay. I didn't study hard, I didn't go to school well, but I pay, so I want to study more. Then that's not possible. School will not give you the visa letter because student visa is for studying. But if the student is not studying, no reason to stay in Korea. So in order to extend, extension is possible, but extension you need to have like certain scores as well as attendance rate in order to stay longer. And then D4, like I said, D4 visa, the languages program visa, you can stay up to 2 years maximum. 2 years maximum at once. Good. That's very good question actually, PG. Another question from CMA. For the online program, the certificate at the end means you pass level 1. Oh yes. So Hanyang's online program, with us is like beginner program, which you complete if you have like certain, if you pass the exam as well as if you do all the homework, then you will pass the level 1. Yes. From the PANCR number 1, hello, is there any restriction right now when we arrive to Korea? Oh yes, of course, there is restriction. But like I said, once again, everyone can come to Korea, but there is like rules that you need to follow. So first advice for you is that, from me, because we did live streaming about the restriction 2 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, so please check that out. Me saying another live streaming of the restriction. Secondly, there are in general, you need to get like PCR test before flight, within 48 or 72 hours, and then after arriving Korea, you need to do 14 days quarantine in Korea. So that's kind of basic restriction or rules or entry restriction. Other than that, please email us at info@gogohanguk.com so that we can give you based on your visa or based on your your questions. That will be my answer. Angela, thank you so much. No problem at all. I'm happy to able to answer your questions. Okay, it's already 9:15. Oh my God. Okay. Okay, let me get this answer lastly. Oh, sorry. Lastly, and then I will leave. And how from the PAMCR number 1, and how long do you have to stay in the government accommodation if I want to go on you? Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. It's same with visa or without visa, government facility or Airbnb. You need to be quarantined 14 days. 14 days. No matter what, no matter what kind of visa you have, 14 days is equal to even for the Korean as well. Like Korean people go out the country and they're coming back, still 14 days quarantine. Same. Foreigners, Korean, all same 14 days quarantine for now. Okay. Okay. Let me get another question. The last question from the YouTube, and then I gotta go. From the Jose Arturo, the foreign can get the vaccine of COVID-19 in Korea. That answer is yes and no. What our government want to do is that get vaccination to all the people in Korea until the November of this year. That's our government goal. And among the people, the foreigners are including, but not every foreigners. Foreigners who have the registration card, which means registered, they are able to get the vaccines without cost in Korea. That would be a simple question. I don't know when you will get, or foreigners will get, but government has planned for now. I believe the steps that the government has is pretty similar to your country. So we did like all the people, and then a couple of weeks ago there are like people in hospital, and then these days we do like policemen and firefighters or government officers in the policeman, government officers in the government. Currently, I think that's the stage, and the normal people or young people would be starting from the May or August. I don't know. I don't remember exactly, but there will be another like stage for each step has like this time. People under 50 years old. The other step is people under 30 years old will get the vaccine. Those kind of steps. So simply foreigners as well will get the vaccine, but they have to have the registered card or registered in the system, government system. Good. Okay, I think finally I catch up all the questions. And last, once again, recently we have a lot of emails. Our goal is to reply to within 3 business days, but these days it could be a little bit longer than that. Please do understand us. We will get back to you as soon as we can, but please do understand me. And another good news, like I said, we are going to launch the French service very soon, early May. I'm very happy to announce that in this live streaming. So we are going to support you in 4 languages: English, Italian, Spanish, and French from the May. Very happy. And then of course in the near future, we'll add more language support hopefully very soon. Okay. All right. Thanks for joining today's live streaming. I break my rule. I go over like 1 hour, 80, pretty much 80 minutes. But still, thank you for joining with that long time with me. And then hopefully we can be Korea without any like 14 days quarantine rules. Hopefully. I mean, like I said, the rules will apply for not just only foreigners, for me as a Korean as well. So hopefully it will be applied very soon in the near future. Be safe, be healthy. Thanks for joining YouTube, and thanks for joining, from the Instagram. And thank you for joining a lot. Okay. Another starting day. I will do more often this live streaming, at least bi-weekly. So hopefully we will see you soon. Thank you. Let me shut it down. End the streaming from YouTube.